Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. Today I woke up bright and early thinking about these sunflowers, and I really wanted to use them in a DIY. They're so beautiful. I tried to use them in a wreath just recently, but they were just too big for the wreath form that I had. So I thought of this idea, and so let's get started. So I used a command strip, and I used scissors, and I needed a knife, some jumbo craft sticks, and masking tape, a glue gun, 4 of those frames from the Dollar Tree, and some sunflowers. Oh, and I used those Velcro glue dots from the Dollar Tree. So I just took apart the frames, and I took the glass out and then put it all back together, and it has like a wood grain background, so I wanted to make sure that all the wood grain was going in one direction, and I chose it to go horizontal. So here I am just taking out the glass and putting it all back together. So you probably guessed by now what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a single piece out of all 4 of these frames, and I'm going to use those fasteners, those Velcro fasteners from the Dollar Tree. I love those things. So I'm going to fasten one onto each of the frames. So I chose out 4 of my favorite sunflowers there. And then while I was doing this project, I thought, you know what? Because my original thought was, every season I can change out the flowers, and that would be really cute, because I'm always thinking about having one piece of decor, but able to change it, pieces of it out for seasonal decor. So, that was my thought, using these fasteners, that I can use different flowers, different seasons. And then I got a bright idea. I was like, oh, wow, I wanted to make little pumpkins, and that would be perfect. I can do pumpkins or leaves for fall, and then I can use Christmas decor around Christmas time. So, yeah. So I just got this bright idea. So then it turned into a little bit of a longer project than I planned on this morning. So anyway, enough rambling, and I'll just let you watch and see what I did to this wall decor. This interchangeable wall decor, I should say. Some of the petals wouldn't lay down, so I did get my iron out, and I ironed down some of the petals, and it did help a little bit. And on one of these, that sunflower there that I'm working on, I took 2 different flowers and made one flower out of one, And I just wanted them all to be kind of the same size, and I wanted the middle of the flowers to be around the same size as well. So here's the flowers all done. Isn't it just so bright and beautiful? And I just love the idea that I could just take, a different flower or a Christmas ornament or a fall ornament and just make a whole different scene with the same wall decor. I had this pocket divider that I am using today. I'm really trying to use up the items that I have in my stash. So I use those wooden pumpkins and some scissors, some Mod Podge, and some sandpaper and a sanding block. The first pumpkin, I used the buffalo check print, and I just cut out a piece and Mod Podged it on, and really pressing down on the edges to make sure those edges stick down well. Then on the second pumpkin, I had this tablecloth from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut a piece out, and I'm gonna just Mod Podge that right onto the wood pumpkin. For the third pumpkin, I'm going to use the other side of the pocket divider, and it has these pretty flowers on it, and it says, "Make every moment count." And that's what I'm using here. Then for the last pumpkin, I am going to use the pink solid, also from that same pocket divider. And I did end up Mod Podging a flower. I just thought it was a little too plain. And now I'm going to sand the edges of the pumpkin. And I find that when I sand down and away from the photo, you know, the edges, when it does tear off, it doesn't pull my picture off of whatever I'm applying it to. So I try to sand down and away, and then I can sand, you know, across the edges, you know, once the paper falls away from the wood or whatever I'm applying paper to. On the pumpkin with the tablecloth, I wasn't real sure how it would come out sanding the edges away to get the paper, you know, the excess paper off. So I did cut it with some scissors as close as I could get it. But then I used the sandpaper on the stem there, and it worked out fine, just like the cardstock that I was using on the other pumpkins. So that's good to know. Now I'm going to Mod Podge a rose onto the solid pink pumpkin. If you have never Mod Podged with a napkin before, it's real simple. You just wet the edges of the picture that you want, and then hold your finger down and pull the napkin away, and then you just end up with these rugged edges. So when you do Mod Podge the picture, it's not so crisp and clean, so it kind of looks a little more natural. At least to me it does. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just wetting and pulling away as I go. Now I'm going to Mod Podge that rose right onto my pumpkin. Now I take 2 jumbo craft sticks and I cut one in half, and I just glue them right back to the frames, or the back of the frames, and that holds it all together. If you enjoyed my video today, can you give me a big thumbs up? It really does help my channel to grow. And subscribe if you haven't already. That way you'll be notified when I do upload new videos. Thanks for watching. Bye. Here they are all done. I love the fact that they're interchangeable, and I can add seasonal decor, or I can just add whatever I want. Thanks for watching again. Bye.